tips to help you organize the existing PLR on your computer. Create a master PLR folder. You can put it on your desktop or in your documents folder. Create subfolders either by PLR content creator or by topic area. I recommend topic area, and I'm going to show you a visual in the slides here using the topic area as an example. You can always add the content creator's name to the beginning of the file names if you're organizing by topic area. So it's what makes sense to you. So the first thing you want to do is search through your computer, like you're going on a scavenger hunt to locate all of your PLR. You might have it all in one folder. You might have it everywhere. You might not have downloaded it. You might need to go to each person's website and download it again, whatever would make sense to you. These are some suggestions, and then you pick the steps of this journey that you can apply to your situation. If you're happy with your organization system, leave things as is. Otherwise, you may want to reorganize your PLR purchases by moving them to the master PLR folder as described above. Now remember, when you're putting them in the master PLR folder, you want to leave them there, leave the originals there, don't edit the originals. If you're going to be using the content, make a copy and paste it into your topic folders, which I'm going to show you the visual here. So here are some tips for organizing the content in your PLR master folder. Once you've created that top level master PLR folder on your desktop or documents folder, you want to start to add subfolders and create a structure that makes sense in your mind. It's kind of like you're creating a treasure map. You set the key, you set the format that would make sense to you so that when you look at it, the naming conventions that make sense to you, so that when you look at it, you know what is what. I recommend using all caps in the names of the folders for folders that contain a lot of data, a lot of subfolders, a lot of product folders, etc. And that way you'll know it's a master level folder, even if it's a subfolder. You can add a hyphen in front of the folder names if you want to move them up towards the top of the list, because your file folders and your files and your folders typically show up in alphabetical order. So here's a folder structure example, and I want you to imagine these are the names of the folders. So I'm going to show them to you in writing, and then I'm going to show them to you in a visual. So you have the first master folder is the master PLR folder. Now these next names, imagine these are the names of subfolders. You have one, these are by topic area. We're creating topic area collections. The first one is called Undated Planners, and I have a little hyphen in front of it because I want it to show up at the top of the list. Then I have Dated Planners, and you can list them by year, Digital Planners, Kids Activities, etc., etc. So here's the visual. On the left-hand side, you have the master PLR. Let's say I'm organizing my kids products. So I have a subfolder inside of the master folder called Kids Activities. And then inside of that, I have different types of kids activities. I have puzzles, coloring pages, and learning activities. And you'll notice that puzzles has the number 1 in front of it, because in my mind, when I see that, I know that that is the first project I want to work on. So what I'm doing is I am prioritizing my workflow. And I often find that when I start to do this, I start to think, oh, well, why don't I just come up with an idea for all 12 months and I'll create a puzzle each month, or whatever your workflow is. But in my mind, I tend to prioritize the list for future months so that I know what's coming up as well. Now inside the puzzle folder, where you see that it's highlighted in that pink color, and you'll notice it's not all uppercase. It is each word is capitalized, but the rest of it's lowercase. This is a file. and I put PLR in front of it so that I know that this is a PLR product, not that I published, but that is a resource file for me that I can pull from. So that's an example. You have these slides, or you might want to take a screen capture so that you can look at how this is set up so that you can decide how you want to set up your files and folders. So here it is again for those of you who like to see the written word, the master PLR. Then the subfolder is the kids activity. Inside kids activities, inside there you have puzzles, and inside there you have that file, the PLR space word puzzles. And then we have another subfolder inside of the kids activities. And here it says Maureen Chipmunk coloring, because this is what I wanted to show you. You could put the name of the content creator in front of the topic. And so that's a way that you can tell who created what, but yet you're still organizing content by topic area. And then I have another subfolder inside of the kids activities called learning activities. And then I have a PLR product called site word activities. So that's an example that you can pull from.